Welcome back to Dad Bod's and Hot Rod's Garage.
Okay, so this is the final video I'm going to do with the Cougar. It highlights everything that I did to the car from the time I purchased it, everything that I replaced, restored, all the work that I had done, all the way up to the point of its demise at the body shop fire. As you can see, it was in pretty bad shape. It needed a lot of love. this is how the body looked when I got the car. I decided I would sand it down to bare metal and take everything out that was under the paint. That way when it went to the body shop, I know they'd have to fix everything that was in there. They wouldn't be able to just scuff up the old Bondo and paint over 30-year-old Bondo. It would be bare metal they're starting with, and hopefully they would be able to take out all the dents with metal hammering and use very little Bondo to get the car back to, pristine condition. So I've purchased brand new lower control arms. These are move parts, but I wasn't happy with the ball joints in the control arm. And I bought ball joints from 3 different suppliers to determine which one would be the best ball joint for longevity and safety. I'm going to go through with you each one of these ball joints and which one I chose and the reason why I chose that ball joint. I replaced the standard grease zerk fitting with the 90-degree fitting that I got from National Parts Depot to Scott Drake, and what that does is it allows the grease zerk to come out 90 degrees and out a little bit. So if any of you have a 69 or early Mustang Cougar, you'll know the problem with these is here is your strut tower, your shock tower, and there's no way to get your grease gun on there. I've seen a lot of people, they will cut out a hole in your shock tower in order to grease these, and that takes away the strength and rigidity of your shock tower. So these are a nice design, and like I said, I took the ball joint out of this thing because I did not like the way that it felt. They are riveted in, and I had to grind the rivets out. I'll show you a new one that's in the box. This is one I have not worked over as of yet. As you can see, they are riveted in, and you have to grind out the rivets to get it out. And what I don't like about it is how sloppy that feels. For one, it feels really sloppy. I don't think it's going to last very long. And this is, like I said, it's a move part. All these pieces came assembled, but they were not greased. I had to grease them myself, and I had to take it all apart, grease each individual portion of it to ensure that it doesn't begin to eat itself. So the first one that I got is this Master Pro, and I got this one from O'Reilly Auto Parts. And the things that I'm looking for in these, number one, is how well it's constructed. Right off the bat with this one, the grease zerk is here. So when you bolt this in, your control arm, your grease zerk is now back here. It's hard to reach. It'd be really hard to reach that. The other thing I noticed is it feels crunchy, and I do like how tight the nut is on it, but I don't think that this is a grade 8 or grade 5 caster nut, and grade 7, but I'm not quite sure. It does fit a little better than the others. I also don't like that these bolts they just look cheap. And of course, everything that you get now is made in China. Precision, also from O'Reilly Auto Parts. It's also made in China. Napa chassis parts, made in Taiwan. This one I don't like for the grease zerk fitting. I don't like how it feels inside. This is their more expensive part from O'Reilly Auto Parts. It has a grease zerk on the very bottom, and if you bolt it in, well, number one, look at that. It doesn't even fit. And if it did fit, you wouldn't be able to grease it because the grease zerk is here. See that or not, but it has a lot of play. And I'm afraid that's going to strip out, come off. The threads don't look the greatest. I just think it's a really cheap part you don't want on your car. If this falls off, your tire goes away, it's going to be a bad day. Anyway, so let's try the Napa box. Now the Napa part is really tight. It doesn't feel loose or wobbly or crunchy, if you will. It's the correct 3-bolt flange. The grease zerk fitting is in the proper location. So when you put it in, you can grease it from the top. The bolt holes line up nicely. The hardware to bolt it on is grade 8. It's really good hardware. I didn't trust the castle nut on it as well, because like the others, the castle nut also felt not as bad, but it's got some wobble to it. So I bought grade 8 ones from Napa. It's a much tighter fit. It's a much better joint. So I'm going to assemble these. And here's the car at that body shop. They were doing a really good job. I was impressed with the work that they had done until I wasn't. Finally, I get to drive the car. No windows in it at all whatsoever, so dust and junk blowing in your face. I see now why windshields are mandatory. I didn't get a chance to really drive the car much or really see what it could do. This was mainly just making sure the drivetrain was all good and the engine and all that was fine before it went off to the body shop. And there it is, my 1969 Mercury Cougar XR7, and now gone. Alright guys, I wanted to show you a video of this. This is the shop that had my 69 Cougar. They were just doing some body work and paint. The car was supposed to be done today on Sunday, and I was going to pick it up Monday or Tuesday. I got a call Friday at 9 a.m. saying their building's on fire and my car is in the building. This section you see over here is where my car was being restored, and as you can see, it took the brunt of the fire. I was told that there were fireworks stored in the top of this building, and that they exploded too. There's fireworks in this container, but they didn't go off. And this is it. This is my 69 Cougar. This is what I have left, or what is left of the car. Gotta be careful, there's a lot of nails. My point in this to you all is to If you have a vehicle that's at a shop being painted, make sure you've got some kind of insurance on it, because you never know who does and who does not have insurance, and what you may or may not run into with this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, this is where I'm at now and what I have to deal with, and we'll see how it pans out, and I'll keep you guys posted. There you have it, guys. Take care.